One morning, an entire civilization vanished. Millions of people abandoned their homes and simply disappeared from their cities. They left behind massive urban centers, frozen in time and eventually swallowed by the dense rainforest. The archaeological record contains no massive battlefields, no final warning messages, and no geological traces of a sudden cataclysm. This absence of a singular, explosive disaster makes the Maya collapse a uniquely unsettling mystery. An entire society dissolved into the trees. At its peak, this world housed more than 10 million people, living across a sprawling network of interconnected kingdoms. Their engineering required advanced mathematics. Long before many other global societies, the Maya had already invented the concept of zero, a vital tool for calculating the alignment of their massive architecture. They applied those calculations to the sky, mastering astronomy to the point where they could accurately predict solar eclipses centuries into the future. This was an apex civilization. Their mastery over their environment, architecture, and mathematics gave them an aura of absolute permanence. Around the 8th century, construction on new monuments abruptly stopped, regional trade routes collapsed, and large populations began migrating away from the massive urban centers. For decades, historians focused on brutal warfare between competing kings as the primary cause of the empire's destruction. However, the collapse occurred across massive, disconnected regions at nearly the exact same time, a pattern that localized territorial disputes cannot explain. Chemical records preserved inside ancient cave stalagmites document one of the most severe megadroughts in human history. This slow-moving climate event initiated the first fractures in the empire's foundation. This network map illustrates the crisis unfolding, beginning with the failure of the climate node. Rain stopped and agriculture failed, causing starvation. Scarcity shattered the supply chain. Violence made travel dangerous, halting regional trade. At the top of this hierarchy were the Maya kings. Their political authority rested on the claim that they could communicate with the gods and control the weather. As the drought persisted and the rulers performed rituals that yielded no rain, the public realized their leaders were powerless. The social hierarchy began to dissolve. Starvation weakened the population, but the final break was an irreversible loss of public trust in the ruling class. Once the people stopped believing in the system, the civilization could no longer function. For nearly 1,000 years, the jungle hid these remains. Then, in the 1800s, explorers hacking through dense vegetation stumbled upon towering stone cities. As the outside world deciphered their complex cyclical calendars, modern culture misinterpreted the math, leading to widespread myths about a sudden doomsday in 2012. The archaeological record lacks a dramatic ending. Millions of people simply packed their belongings and walked away. This lack of a final, violent event makes their history a chilling mirror for our own. The empire vanished through a combination of simultaneous crises: severe climate change, widespread food shortages, total economic collapse, and political instability. This process of cascading failure allowed one systemic problem to weaken the structure, making it impossible to survive the next crisis in the chain. While the Maya descendants live on today, the complex machine of their empire was completely erased. History warns us that no civilization, regardless of its technological advancement, can survive if too many of its interconnected systems fail at once.